This is a short video to show customers how to create a quantitative method for calibration. First of all, press 2 to enter the quantitative mode. Then press F1 to choose the units that you require the concentration to be read in. Options: milligrams per litre, grams per litre, parts per billion, parts per million, percent. For this demonstration we're going to use percent, so press enter. Now we need to create a calibration curve, so F2 standard curve and then F3 standards. So if we wanted to change the wavelength, we press set wavelength and choose the wavelength that we require. The wavelength is already set to 546 nanometers as displayed in the top left hand of the display. So the first standard that we're going to put would be a blank, so that would be 0, so that's fine. The next one that we will use for this test will be, and I'll calibrate it using 2 standards. So this one would be, for example, let's say 10.00%, so it says input standard curve 10, and then on the display is 10. Press it, and that's entered standard number 2. Remember, standard number 1 was the blank, standard number 2 is 10. Arrow key down to select standard number 3, and we will enter 20.00. Enter, and there we have, and you would carry on doing that until you've got the number of standards in that you wish. Once you've got them in, press the escape button, and that will show us the 0, the 10 and the 20, and then up in the top left hand corner it now says place standard number 1 in. So I will use air as a standard. Press enter. Now it's saying place standard number 2 in. Place standard number 2 in. Press enter. And then we'll place standard number 3 in. Press enter. And there we have on the screen now, we would have the concentrations with the relative absorbances of the standards. By pressing F4 we can look at the curve and see the points on the curve showing the linearity of this. Press escape to take us back to the page here. Now F1 would allow us to change the line. So linear fit through 0, cubic fit, square fit, linear fit, and then back to linear fit through 0. We'll leave it on linear fit through 0. So that's how to create a calibration curve. If now I press escape from the calibration page, it'll take me back to the original page of the quantitative method, and this is where we can put some unknown samples in. So if I put some a sample in the beam, okay, and I press start, it will now read me an absorbance and the relative concentration of that unknown sample against the calibration curve, and then I can continue with more samples. If we now press save, down at the bottom here we can input a file name to save the method and results under. You have 3 letters that you can save the sample under, so 1, 2, 3 or ABC, but no more than that, and that is the limitation of using the instrument as a storage method. Obviously if the instrument was connected to a PC, that issue would be eradicated and we'd be able to use Windows and we'd be able to name the file whatever we wanted. So press save, enter the file name with the 3 digits. When you come back to use the instrument at a later date, switch the instrument on and you can press the load key, find the file name that you've saved and press enter. That will show us the results, and then if you then go to if you then select the next page, it will then allow us to show us the calibration curve, so that you can load the calibration curve and then you can continue to use that calibration curve on another day for some new samples. Sometimes not recommended, sometimes it's wise to make sure that it's calibrated before you use it on a daily basis. Hope this helps. Thank you. Bye bye.